Stitch's natural tank tour, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys. I was very excited to finally put it back together again, and as I said a while back ago a few times, that I knew when I was doing this that I was going to make it pretty similar to the one he had last year, just because I wanted to use things I already had, and I was okay with making it pretty similar looking. But I did make a few changes. This time around I decided to kind of go for like a purple and green theme, although there's not very much purple. But yeah, last time I think it was more like blues and greens. But I did that, as well as I did flip the levels, and I also kind of made them shorter this time around, which I will show you guys. He is in a 40-gallon breeder, and he has aspen, and this is the aspen from Pet 360. So it's shredded aspen, and as you guys know, I absolutely love their aspen. So yeah, that is what he has. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, starting in the middle, he has his little reptile log, which he can climb under. And that is just his 7-inch saucer. And then he has his little hay nest. Then there's a little whimsy toothbrush down there. And you will see that there are lots of little millet trees, well, the ones that are left around his cage. There's a little willow and apple orchid stick down here. There's a shelled peanut here, and there's also shredded up hay sprinkled around the cage. There is his little porcupine whimsy chew here from his last natural cage, so he's already been chewed up a little bit, but he was just too cute not to stick back in here. Then he has his little bridge from Petco, which leads into his sand dish, which is a glass dish from IKEA. I went ahead this time around, and this was probably the biggest change I made, which was putting his sand in a dish, actually. So I knew that was going to be a problem when I made his last cage, that when his sand was actually in his cage, it was going to be hard to clean out. And it really was, but he liked it. So this time around, I just put it in a dish. So it'll make it a whole lot easier for me, because he dirties up his sand pretty quickly. Then he has this purple water bottle with his little green turtle. Then he has a little dowel ramp that I made that goes up to his level. And there is the cutie pie himself, who is pretty... Oh, I found myself a military. Yeah, sleepy is the middle of the day, guys. Hi. Do you want to say hi to everybody? You got your little grumpy head going on. No, no touch. And up on his level, there is his 6.5-inch purple silent spinner. And then there's this log that goes under his level. And for this level, this time around, what I did is, because this is the IKEA enough, previously it had like the base on it, and he was notorious last time around for potting in it and making it a mess. So this time around, I just went ahead and pulled them apart and just threw that out, and then just made this a level and put some wooden spools and glued them together to make this a level. So now he can lay under and bury in the bedding, and I don't have to worry about him destroying the wood. Okay, then along the back he has his set of Ovo Tubes. Last natural tank he had, I really wanted him to have a passageway across the back for him to be able to get from one side to the other really quickly, but it didn't go as planned. And even though I made a level and I had it stabilized and all of that, he is notorious for jumping off tall ledges. Like his treehouse level, as I called it last time, was pretty high, and he jumped off of it a few times, and I was a little worried that he would get hurt. So what I ended up doing is I added a second level of dowels so he couldn't jump off of it, and I went ahead and took the back out so I didn't have to worry about him possibly jumping off of that and getting hurt. And I tried tubes, but he is not really a big tube climber. He doesn't like them. So I didn't really want to have any tubes in his cage that would be hard for him to climb. But when I designed this one, I did want to have at least a straight tube that goes across the back. So there are little ovo corners for him to get up. And he struggled with this for the first few days, but he's starting to get the hang of it. I debated putting the dwarf ovos in here, but then they're too small. He doesn't like those either, so he's a little stubborn, but he's finally getting used to the back of the tubes now, and he runs back and forth at night between them. So over to his other level. He has still, like just like last time, his little sign that says his name on it, which is one of my favorite parts of his cage. And then up on this level he has his little woven apple. And then there is his mushroom hideout, which is still his very favorite hideout. He spends most of his day in this one off and on so far. And if you guys can see, he's actually in it right now. See? You want to say hi? You say hi. Say it's the afternoon, I'm sleepy. Okay, anyways, here is his food dish. And there's some more militaries. And then he has his little bridge to get off of his little level, as well as a little wooden tube to get under there. And then lastly is my favorite thing in his cage, which is his frog hideout. I was so excited to put this in, and it fit here perfectly. And he spends most of the late afternoon and evening sleeping in it, and it's absolutely the cutest thing ever. So I'm so happy that he likes it. So yeah, that was pretty much it for his natural cage. I'm so happy that it is finally finished and that he is back to a stable layout, and I think he's much happier with it like this, and I am too. I like the look of it, and I'm glad to have put it back together. So this will be his last cage tour for several months at least, so yeah. But Miss Minnie will probably still change every month because she likes change, and I'd like to have one cage that I can change a little more often. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye! Can I say bye? It's not my video, but I want to say bye anyways. Say surprise, I'm on my saucer. You want to say bye, Stitchy? Yeah. I'm just eating.